Namaskar. This is me, Neha Goyal from Neha Goyal Dream Reading. I hope all of you beautiful souls are doing really well. So this is the fourth way in the 21 Day 21 Ways workshop, wherein I go live every day and which I have been doing for the past 3 days is the fourth day. And this is a live session where I give you a tip or a way to transform your life. As for me, I am a transformation coach, a tarot reader, numerologist, a neuro-linguistic programming session taker, and a DNA astrologer. You can definitely get in touch with me for personal consultations, personal sessions, and personal workshops as well. So this is an initiative, the 21 Day 21 Way, which I began because all of us were really staying at home and there was a lot which was going through our mind. So I took this as an opportunity to present to all of you people these 21 ways, one way each day, to transform your life. Because nature has provided us an opportunity to go within and work on ourselves. So if you're new, you can go back to my YouTube channel, Neha Goyal Dream Reading, NEHAAGOYAL, Dream Reading, and where I have uploaded the past 3 days. I will be uploading this video soon as well. Okay, now as I covered in the first day that the best way to learn is through stories. It just makes our life simpler and each one of us takes from it what we understand. And all of us are at a different part of our journey. Thus, our understanding and our openness could be at different stages as well. And by the virtue of that, my friends, today I have one more story for you. So are you all ready? Are you all geared up to hear the story of the day 4, way 4? Do let me know. Okay, now this is a story. There were 2 frogs in a jungle and they were very good friends with each other. Every morning they used to go for a walk or, to go around in the jungle just to have some fun. And this was a routine for them. This was something which they were really used to. They used to enjoy their time while they were on this walk. Unfortunately, one of those days, they fall in a well. Both of them. Yes, unfortunately. And this well had very, very steep walls. So no matter how hard they tried and no matter how much higher they were jumping, I mean, after all, they are frogs and they know how to jump, but no matter how higher they were trying to jump, they were just not able to get off from that well. Because of the noises that they were making, soon there were other frogs which came and surrounded the well. Each one of that frog tried to help them, but they couldn't. After all, they are frogs. Down there, all of both of those frogs, they were really getting exhausted. They didn't know what to do. The frogs which were above the well, they started to finally say, "Stop trying, it's not working out. You rather die. Why are you even trying so much? You will exhaust yourself. Is that how you want to die? Just give up and die. It's not going to work out." Down there, one of the frogs was really disheartened. This frog hurted and lost all its motivation. This frog really gave up. And beyond a particular time, this frog died. The other frog was deaf. He couldn't hear what those guys were saying or what this guy was telling him, this other frog was telling him. In fact, this guy, the deaf frog, thought that all of these above frogs were cheering him, like they were, because he couldn't hear. He couldn't hear what those guys were saying. This further motivated this frog, the deaf frog, and he put all his strength and all the resources that he could look around, and finally he was able to get out of that well. What is the learning each one of us is having from this story? Please write in the comment section. This is a very interesting story. And when I heard this story, I was like, wow, Just through this, so much has been explained. I will give you guys a minute. Type into the comment section, what is it that you get out of this story? What do you think could be the way 4 of the day 4 out of this story from our dear frogs? And I know there is something brimming up in you. Each one has a unique takeaway. But for this story, it's a very, very clear message. While I was going through this story, the message that I got was that when it comes to people around you who probably due to what they think or their limited beliefs are putting any kind of a negative belief in you that you will not be able to do it, that so far nobody has been able to do it, how will you do it? You have to become deaf to them. You have to hone this skill of having selective hearing. Absorb only that which helps you in your journey and become deaf to that which does not support your journey, which makes you feel leveled down. Become deaf to that. If anybody is coming to you and telling you that you do not have the potential of doing whatever you have set out to do, don't listen to them unless you have tried it multiple times and you have failed at it. And even in fact, failing is also not a bad idea, but at least now you know 10 ways of how not to do it. But whatever the case be, do not listen to the negative belief systems of others which they are trying to put upon you. Maybe they mean well. Maybe in their own experience, a particular thing worked or did not work for them, so they're just trying to give advice to you. But for you, my friends, it is important that you hone this skill of having selective absorption and selective hearing. There could be many people, in fact, even when I began this journey of what I am doing today, in the beginning, I was at the peak of my career and I left it. People who were really concerned about me, they thought that I'm doing something stupid. They gave me examples of other people where such a thing did not work. But this, what I'm doing right now, I strongly believed that this was my ikigai. This was the reason why I was born. Quite honestly, I don't know what came into me, but I did become deaf to those people. And as I have nothing against them, they were trying to really think the best for me as of what they knew, but which was not necessarily the best in my paradigm. So selective thinking. The other thing is, it is easy to put the blame on others. But what about that negative self-talk that we constantly do? A lot of times, we ourselves are our own demotivators. We don't need anyone around us. We are ourselves really afraid of trying new things. We ourselves are those people from above the well who are telling us, you can't do it. Give up. You will die. Why are you even attempting it? You're not worth it. Who do you think you are? Isn't it true? A lot of times, it is us who is telling ourselves that we are not worth it. Of course, in my self-talk workshop, I have told you and ways to deal with that. But what I'm trying to say is that a lot of times it's not just the fault of other people and their negative thinking. A lot of times it is our own fault. So therefore, it is important to have, while in this 21 days of transformation journey, to ensure that the content that we are surrounding ourselves with, we are careful about and we are mindful about. Be it in terms of people, be it in terms of news, be it in terms of serials, etc. that we watch or what we give our energy to on social media. What are those articles that we have subscribed to, the YouTube channels that we have subscribed to, the blogs that we have subscribed to. All of that is forming our thought process and our talk and our internal brain concepts as well. So the fourth way is declutter all the negativity from you and your environment, such that you become deaf to all that which does not support you, and you do not, out of those two frogs, the story of who I just told you, which one of those frogs would you want to be? Would you want to be that frog who was hearing, who was still listening, and because he was getting so demotivated by those people that he literally thought that he can't do it, and he did not even try and he died? Or would you want to be that frog who was actually deaf, was not listening to them? In fact, he thought that those guys, those other frogs were cheering him up, and that motivated him to come up and survive, For a lot of us, we would want to be the second frog. Be deaf to our own negative self-talk, to the negative talk of our environment, of others around us, and be very, very focused and put all our energies, put all our core energy into that, what we do want, knowing that either we already have a skill set of it, or we will work on creating that skill set such that even if right now we are in some condition where we feel that we are inside a wall and in a well, and in fact, when we look around, we feel that the walls of this well are really steep, but we will still find it in ourselves through our own self-talk and through the support of others to come up. That is what the day 4 and the way 4 is, to be deaf to what others are saying if it is debilitating your energy, and selectively hearing and only focusing on those people and that information and that content which helps you in coming out of this well, or if you are in a well. And this is something which we will imbibe in ourselves so that going forward we can utilize this 4th way in everything that we do. So do I have a yes from all of you all who have joined in? Is it something that you understood? Was this story clear to you? Did you understand it? Is there any question that you have, any opinion, anything that you would want to put across? I would love to hear from you. This is me, Neha Goyal. Namaskar. Radhe Radhe.